morning, everyone, and welcome to the 37th Annual Powercat Auction, presented by CGB Enterprises Incorporated. Myself and my co-host, Brian Smolder, are excited to join you tonight, alongside some of our coaches, student athletes, and Director of Athletics, Gene Taylor. Many of you know that the Powercat Auction is the single largest fundraiser for K-State athletics and supports the Ahearn Fund in providing scholarship assistance to our 450-plus student athletes. Your support tonight and throughout the past year means more now than it ever has as we navigate these challenging times. We hope you enjoy all that we have in store for you this evening. Bidding is now live until 9 p.m. Central Time tonight, and more information on the many unique items and this year's raffle can be found by going to kstatesports.com/PowerCat2021. To kick off our program, we're going to hear from two K-State football greats now, Colin Klein and Tyler Lockett.
All right, thank you, Wyatt. We're now visiting with two Wildcat greats, Colin Klein, Tyler Lockett, who are both tremendously talented and for a part of the K-State football history. Certainly two guys that go down in history as two of the greatest to ever play their respective positions. Of course, a lot of memories flood back when you mention these two guys' names. For you guys, though, for you, Tyler and Colin, it's been unbelievably almost 10 years since you guys stepped on the football field together back in 2011. Does it seem like it's been that long, Colin, since you guys were teammates?
Both ends of the extremes, just like it was yesterday, and then like it was a different life, ago. Again, so many great memories, relationships, and so fortunate to be a part of it.
Tyler, for you, how much do you stay in contact with Colin or with K-State people from now a decade from your time playing here?
Well, I don't really think it's as much as we would all want it to, just because I think we all kind of go about our daily lives, like we all have our own worlds, and it's kind of crazy because you don't know kind of what's going on. And so you try to like hit people up here and there and just kind of check on them. And it's kind of like, that's really what it is. And when you have these moments where you can connect, like what we're doing right now, it makes it so much more appreciative, and you can show more gratitude and just thankfulness of the memories and all the opportunities and things that we share together. Like, it makes you want to have more of these moments than, we normally do.
Now, Zoom certainly has been, even though in a pandemic, it has been the tool of the trade, so to speak. It has provided a little bit more connection from site to site or from across the country to the Midwest and to back here at home. Tyler, let's start with you with this idea. I'm sure you run into K-State people all the time in your travels through the NFL and through your profession away from football. Well, what's the one thing that gets brought up all the time to you, be it one catch, one game, one memory that stands out to you the most?
From just talking to fans?
Sure.
Well, I think the hard part with talking to fans is I probably get the conversations of they watch my dad, uncle, and then me. So that's probably the common link just between every Kansas State fan is, man, I remember when your dad played, and now you're here, and, my uncle was there. So that's really the common theme. For me, though, I enjoy talking to Kansas State fans because, like you said, it's been like almost 7 years since I played my last game at Kansas State. And so sometimes people forget about those years. And for me to just kind of like sit back and reflect over those years and see how a lot of fans follow me, not only through college, but they're still with me here today. Like, that's an amazing feeling for me.
Colin, what about for you? When you run into a K-State fan, I know it's different since you're back still here in Manhattan. What's the memories that come up with fans with you and talk about? Do they talk about the Big 12 championship season? Is there one game in particular or just that whole year? Or what is it with you that comes to mind?
Oh man, I think it's probably different with each interaction, and it's pretty cool to almost have them refresh my memory sometimes of what game maybe was their favorite or moment or thing that happened, and just being able to go back and kind of share it again. It's just so special, and it's the genuine family piece that is K-State, has been K-State, and what we're just so fortunate to be a part of is, as past players and now kind of get it from the other end as well. And so being part of that legacy and part of that tradition and just the genuine nature of caring about one another and being a part of something, bigger than yourself is so much bigger than whatever each snapshot brings you. But all those memories come flooding back.
As we wrap up this interview between the two of us, or the three of us, I guess, the two of you guys, and this is airing, of course, here during the Powercat Auction. So many people taking their hard-earned money during the year, donating back to the Ahearn Fund to support student athletes, not just football, but all across the sports. Colin, what would be your message to those fans that are being able to provide those funds for student athletes here?
I think the life cycle of a student athlete during that 4 and 5 year window in their life is so important, and it's such an amazing time of growth, of maturity, of life lessons, so much bigger than they go beyond the field. I know the Lord through K-State taught me so much during that 4 or 5 years that helped set the trajectory for where I'm at now and where I'm going in the future. And athletics and football are such great teachers, and learning how to be a part of a team, to sacrifice for something bigger than yourself, to communicate, to solve problems, the list goes on, and those things are only possible through our family support, which is the Ahearn Fund and people that are gathered here tonight.
Tyler, that's pretty well said, Colin. I don't know if you can top that one, Tyler, but what's your take and your message to fans about this Ahearn Fund and student athlete scholarships?
Well, I think when you really look at the bigger picture, sometimes it's hard to see it as an athlete when you're in the moment. But when you really look back and you're able to reflect about what it means to actually get a scholarship, some people don't get full rides. Some people only get the opportunity to get a little bit of their scholarships paid for. And some people have to go pay their whole way through. And so for me, when you really take your hard-earned money and you're donating it to the Ahearn Fund to be able to help out with scholarships and stuff, you're really helping make life easier for another person. And you really don't know what life would look like for them to be able to have to find ways to be able to just stay in college. But when you get that opportunity to pay for one scholarship, you never know what that kid is going to turn out to be like or look like. And for me, I think it would be awesome for a lot of the fans to kind of keep up with the players whose scholarships they help donate. So that way they could be able to keep up with them. And yeah, they might not go to the NFL or the WNBA or be a professional golfer or a tennis player. It's not about that. It's about being able to help them be a better man, help them be a better woman. And that's what Kansas State was all about. Even when Coach Snyder was there, it was about teaching us how to be better men, teaching us how to be able to present ourselves in front of a camera, or even as we go into the next phases of our life, being able to conduct ourselves in a way that he believed men should be able to conduct themselves. And so that's what it's about. It's about being able to provide a way to help them be great. It's to be able to put them in positions to be successful. And to me, that's what a scholarship does, is it removes all the other doubt or the stresses that players have to be able to figure out with, okay, I got to be able to make it this 1 year and then I got to figure out the next year. They can let that go. And now all they got to do is work on just trying to be great in whatever they choose to do and be in this life, with the scholarship in sports, as well as having an opportunity to major in whatever field they choose.
No, that's really well said, Tyler. And thank you to you both for your time and for your help with the auction. I know helping us out either with it's in the experience of the recruit for a day, or if it's Tyler signing a jersey and helping people realize the importance of funding those other scholarships beyond just the ones that you hear about all the time, as you said, Tyler. And kind of thinking of that, I know you both consider yourself great athletes. And right now we're going to pitch to what is our first crossover event of the year of this Powercat Live auction. Take a look at this as we see some football rowing athletes take their stab at playing tennis with the K-State tennis team.
What's up, Cats? We're K-State Tennis, and today we'll teach some K-State athletes how to play tennis.
The main thing, you need to know the target. You have to hit cross in the small box.
Wait, which box? There's a lot of lines on this court.
I didn't know we had to aim.
All right, so the first step.
That was pretty
that up off
sporty.
the
Yeah, that
ground.
was pretty cool. That was sick.
What if I wanted to try it with my left hand?
Don't. I'll show you.
Oh gosh.
We're gonna have to return that.
Yeah, and it was like a warm up.
And then they set a circle, right?
Yeah.
Yay! Hey, it was in the right area. You ready for this? I'm not.
Got it.
Oh,
That was fire. That was great.
First try.
you guys are so
You guys
strong.
are, yeah, you're too strong.
This wind is killing us.
It's tough being any kind of outdoor athlete in Kansas. I'm using my mask as a hair tie, you know? Utilize your sources.
Your guys' coach had 3 tennis balls in his hand at once. I don't know how he did that.
Oh gosh!
Maybe the guys taught you how to do that.
You guys are a bad influence.
It's gonna be the day that we're gonna throw it back to you. Great song. I might try it for tennis. This is what practice is like. This is sweet.
Maybe I should just play the guitar.
So now we're gonna learn how to return, guys.
What is a return? What are we returning?
And just hit it.
Oh,
Can we start a little slower?
Slow it down.
That was not slow.
That was slower?
That's still like a speed 5. I need like a speed 0.5.
should have worn our helmets.
Just try to hit it.
Okay, that was a little.
Oh,
She's out of here!
Oh,
keep your eye on the ball.
what is it, 15-0 now? I don't think I have the lateral quickness necessary to play tennis.
We're just built different.
Not in the good way.
Yeah, I'm not in tennis shape.
I don't think any of us are.
Get a little Serena Williams groan to you, Duff.
I slice in this and golf. It's all the same, isn't it?
You better watch yourself. Oh God! Oh God! It's coming so fast!
You made contact.
Guys, there's no contact in my sport. I'm having small heart attacks right now.
You're not returning a serve after a Serena Williams-esque grunt. It kind of comes out involuntarily.
Naturally. The
The
grunt.
grunt, I couldn't keep it in a few times.
You guys are brave, both of you.
You got it.
Okay, thank you for your confidence in me. Mad respect, ladies, mad respect.
So how was your first experience with tennis?
I think I need to log a few more hours on the tennis courts before I'm able to do that.
Few hours. It was finally good to meet in person. Some people like
Other athletes, it's always exciting.
It was just good. Thank you, donors, for supporting us all the time. Thank you for coming our matches and supporting. Thank you for your amazing support and donation. Thank you so much.
Thank you for all the resources that you provide for us financially and coming to our events.
Thanks for all you guys' support, especially Training Table.
Thanks for all the support. We really appreciate you guys.
Go Cats!
Go Cats!
Go Cats!
In case you missed it, some exciting experiences have made their way back to our auction this year. Be sure to check out item number 11, dinner on the 50-yard line. Join President Richard Myers, First Lady Mary Jo Myers, Athletic Director Gene Taylor, and his wife Kathy Taylor for an evening of cocktails and dinner under the lights at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. This unique experience will begin with a tour of the Veneer Family Football Complex. Walk through the tunnel to cocktails served on the 50-yard line of Wagner Field as the sun sets. A 4-course gourmet meal prepared by Sodexo Executive Chef Pedro Lozada will be served. A professional photographer will help you commemorate this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Available for up to 10 couples or 20 people, dinner to take place on Friday, October 15th, 2021, prior to the Iowa State home football game.
Thanks again, Wyatt. And we're now visiting with the head coach of the K-State volleyball program, Susie Fritz, whose Wildcats enjoyed a third-place finish in the Big 12 this past year and just missed a shortened NCAA tournament field of only 48. And the Wildcats would have been well into that field had the field been its normal size. Still, a great year for the Wildcats, a lot of young talent. And I guess we'll start there, Suze, with this Wildcat bunch. How much fun was it to coach such a young team that had its certainly highs and lows throughout the year?
Yeah, so much fun, I think is the answer. There's no question, just the life of a student athlete, the life of a coach, and the life of just human beings right now. It was a complicated year, but these guys made it. These guys, the length at which we had to play volleyball, we started in August, we ended up playing all the way nearly into April, and the length of the season, they got so much better from start to finish. We had tremendous veteran leadership. Our seniors did such a good job of accepting our young players into the program. Our young players were impactful. It was really a special year for us.
Yeah, Leah Carter, of course, named Big 12 Freshman of the Year, first team All-League. She also was the Region Freshman of the Year, and we expect All-American honors before too long as well for this young lady. Just a fantastic talent. She's not the only one, obviously, that's building excitement around the program. The other thing that's exciting about Kansas State volleyball right now, of course, is the prospect of a new facility. You played the matches this year in Bramlage to help out with the pandemic and COVID-19. There are certain perks to playing in Bramlage, the video board, lights out, all those sorts of amenities, concessions, restrooms. But there are some things that are great about Ahearn. It sounds like with the new facility, you get the best of both worlds. How much of a difference maker will that place be for this program?
Well, it's amazing. We've been in Ahearn a long time. It's a wonderful, historic, amazing place to play volleyball. But it is kind of time, for us to have a few more bells and whistles, if you will. And it's a beautiful facility attached to an Olympic sports weight room. It's going to impact so many of our athletes, including our volleyball players. It's an amazing project. We feel really blessed, and just can't wait to get the shovel in the ground at this point.
That's right. Get the ground broken and get that thing built. It'll be right over between Bramlage Coliseum and the baseball field at Toynton Family Stadium in that area, in that part of the complex, so to speak. It will be awesome to have volleyball a new home. That'll be coming in the next couple of years. You mentioned the fan support and student athletes, and those two tie in so well into what we're doing tonight here with the Ahearn Fund, raising money from Wildcat fans to fund student athlete scholarships. And it goes beyond, as you said, it goes beyond just the mainline sports, even volleyball we're talking about. So many other athletes get impacted by the Ahearn Fund. As a lifelong Kansan, you've been around, obviously, know this part of the state, this part of the country. Just how proud are you, how impressed are you with the way K-State fans and Kansans support their own, so to speak, here with the Ahearn Fund?
Yeah, I think there are so many special things about being part of K-State athletics, but a big part of it is the community and the loyalty that I think we enjoy from our fans, the Manhattan community, the surrounding communities, and frankly, the state of Kansas. I think we're so very fortunate to have the people involved that are invested in our young people, that are invested in our student athletes, that are invested in the future of Kansas State athletics. I think we're so very blessed, and it really is, you hear Coach Snyder, right, historically talk about the people, and there are very few places where we enjoy the sense of community and family and pride that I think we have here at K-State. We're very grateful for our fans and our supporters and the way that they embrace our student athletes.
Now, it should be a great 2021 season and into 2022, the next couple of years, as we watch this young core of Cats continue to grow together under your tutelage, and then also with the new facility coming online. Susie, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Best of luck here moving forward.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, you guys, for being here.
And now, as we continue with our sport crossovers coming up, it's volleyball getting a chance with an interaction, a little bit with the golf teams. That's coming up in our next sports crossover.
Hey K-State fans, my name is Jackie Smith.
I'm Mackenzie Morris.
And we're on the K-State volleyball team, and we're going to show these K-State golfers how to serve and pass.
What's up guys, I'm Will Hopkins.
And I'm Heather Fatushnik.
This should be fun.
For serving, you can't pass this white line. Okay, so you could literally be like this, but you can't step over it. It can't pass that other white line. It's got to be in this box. Hey!
Okay, that was
pretty good.
Come on.
That was not bad either. Hey!
Okay, that was a good one.
That was in. That was money. Does it matter where you hit it?
Hey, okay.
That's hitting someone.
Okay, so first you start with like a palm right here, like a flat hand, and then wrap it around your other one.
Oh, wow.
Wow, you have some strong forearms. This is hurting.
You get used to it. That was literally perfect. Now what we actually do is someone serves over there and we have to pass it perfectly right here in this little circle.
I'm gonna try my hardest.
Oh boy.
Hey!
Oh,
right,
sorry, that's a little too far. Yes,
Oh,
Will?
yeah.
Oh, that's a little deep.
Right here.
Ah, shank.
All right, ready? I'm gonna call this one like it's a real game situation.
Really?
Mine!
Scream it, Will. Who can get the most passes like perfectly to me?
Okay, no favoritism. I want some good serves too, all right?
Oh gosh.
I get in zone 1.
It's close.
Oh no.
Yes, Will.
That counts. It doesn't fill me with confidence when the server goes, oh no.
Will won. 3-1. How do you feel?
Liberated. It's amazing. Beginner's luck, you know?
Get ready for the fire, Heather. Okay, we're gonna do game like now.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Oh boy.
I told you I can't do it in these shoes.
That came at me so much faster than I expected.
Change up, man.
Got her.
What is this, baseball?
Sorry, Heather, I had to.
So much harder than...
I'm getting this one, Jackie.
All right, Heather, whatever you say.
Oh gosh. Right to the camera. Oh gosh.
Ooh, netball. You still got. You got.
I get another try.
You still got to go for it. It's over the net.
It's not like tennis.
Oh, I saw that going straight for my head.
Game winner. That was game winner. I'm sorry.
I hope you don't slow-mo that shot in my face. That was terrible.
So how do you guys feel? Do you like volleyball now, or do you know a lot?
Yeah,
now,
that was fun actually. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Thanks, Ahearn Fun, for everything you do for us, for supporting us and providing us with the things you have. You're amazing.
We can't wait for you guys to be back in the stands with us. Thank you so much for everything.
Yeah, we appreciate all that you do, all the perks that we get. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for always supporting, and go Cats.
It only seems fitting as we prepare to hear from men's basketball coach Bruce Weber and former K-State basketball star Dean Wade that we highlight item number 8, wine tasting with the Webers and Ices. Enjoy an evening of exclusive wine, delicious snacks, and great conversation on the patio with head men's basketball coach Bruce Weber and his wife Megan at the home of Carl and Mary Ice. To accompany this evening, host and wine sommelier Carl Ice will pair the wine with some delicious hors d'oeuvres while explaining the fine art of fermented grapes. Available for up to 4 couples or 8 people, the date of this event is to be mutually agreed upon between Bruce and Megan Weber and Carl and Mary Ice once COVID-19 conditions allow.
Thanks again, Wyatt. And now visiting with 2 members of K-State men's basketball history and tradition, of course, Bruce Weber, head coach of the Wildcats, and Dean Wade, former Wildcat superstar, now with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Thank you guys both for joining us here tonight. First, let me start with you, Bruce, and talking with Dean. I know you chatted here before we got on, but how often do you get to catch up with Dean Wade and reminisce, I guess, about the old times and ask him about how he's doing?
Well, I try to call him and leave voice messages. He doesn't always answer, but, you know, he's a busy guy, but I leave voice messages. I text him. Just like, you know, not as much as when he was a player, but I try to encourage him. That's my biggest thing, you know, and, you know, he's probably the only player I ever had that I had to tell to shoot. And, you know, Dean, you're open, shoot the ball. So I left him a message the other day. He probably didn't listen because young people don't listen to voice messages, but we were watching one of the games and he passed up some shots and I was yelling at the TV, shoot the ball, Dean, shoot the ball. But I'm really proud of him, excited, you know, that he got the opportunity, you know, obviously not to play in 2 NCAA tournaments back-to-back or limited minutes in the one. You know, it hurt his status. And, you know, I kept telling NBA coaches and scouts, you're making a mistake. He's good enough. I keep telling Dean he's good enough. I tell him he belongs. And he's gotten his opportunity, and he's shown that. So just really happy for him. And you know, he's just a special example of somebody, you know, living a dream and working hard and getting there. And hopefully he's in that NBA for a long time.
Dean, obviously the memories that come back to you when you talk about K-State, I'm sure, are a lot, and they flood back in different moments, and it may not always be the ones that fans talk about. Maybe it is Coach yelling at you to shoot more. What sticks out to you, or maybe when fans come up to you that are K-State fans on the road through your travels now in the NBA, what do they talk to you the most about certain games or moments at K-State?
You know, a lot of them have to bring up the Elite Eight run. That's usually the first thing they bring up, but you know, anytime they bring up, you know, the K-State days, you know, the best days, I always just go back to my teammates and coaching staff, like the hard practices, you know, the struggles we went through, you know, our relationships. It just meant so much to me. And, you know, just thinking back and reminiscing on those days, it just, you know, it's great.
Now, Coach, obviously this end of last season, the way you guys finished with some impact, new faces coming in to be a transfer or new guys. What makes you most excited about this next core of Wildcats heading into 21-22?
Well, first I thought Dean would say the championship, winning against Oklahoma and celebrating a Big 12 championship was pretty special. And it's a day he probably doesn't want to remember because he hurt his foot that day. But I still remember the reverse dunk. And we have it on our highlight films. Cam throwing a lefty pass to Dean, catching it, just going backwards, dunking that thing, and then the celebration. But there were a lot of special times with him, and I actually texted with Dean the other day. He was just talking about our guys and how they improved, and I was proud of them. And people said, why was it so tough at the beginning? Well, we didn't practice, and when you have a new team and young guys, it was hard. And they stayed to their credit. They stayed the course. They continued to want to get better. I thought our coaches did a great job of staying positive and helping them. And we were good at the end. I mean, you look at Baylor, they just beat the number one team and for the national championship by 15, and it could have been 20 to be very easy, and we played them down to the wire. Beat Oklahoma, who gave Gonzaga a game. So our guys made improvement. I don't know if you saw Lon's press conference, but he brought up our team, the struggles with COVID and how they improved, and maybe improved as much as any team in the country. And they did, and it's got us excited about next year. Obviously, with the transfer portal, which is 13, 14, 1,500, who knows where it is right now. We lost some guys. It's going to be part of college basketball. I don't like it, but you have to deal with it. So we had to replace some guys, and I feel a little bit like a GM now instead of a coach, but you're finding guys on the wire and the ticker and seeing who's out there. And so with those additions, I think we got some positive guys coming in, and the freshmen, Nigel, Davion, Selton, Luke, I mean, they're good. Obviously, getting Mike McGurl back is really, really positive, and Monty back now. And so we got, we have some good pieces, and I think we have a chance to, depending what happens in the league, I think we can be in that top part of the league a year from now.
Dean, obviously you've been through it before, the highs and lows of being a student athlete, as Coach mentioned, all the way to the Big 12 title. You guys started out low as well. You've had to go through all of that. You've been around other student athletes, be it at training table or just in your time here at K-State. The Ahearn Fund that we talk about tonight for this Powercat auction, we had some other former student athlete stars earlier talk about this as well, just coming back and reminiscing about their time here at K-State with others. They realize the impact that the Ahearn Fund has on. And it's not just for football and basketball players, guys of your stature and others, it's for all the other sports. I guess from your perspective, reflecting back on it now, thinking back to some of those other classmates that you had that maybe competed in some of those non-revenue sports across the campus, how important is it to see people, K-State fans in droves, coming back, giving their hard-earned money to support student athletes to the Ahearn Fund?
It means everything, especially to all the student athletes, coming here as a freshman, not know anybody. And, the first thing they do is put all the student athletes together, and you have a big meeting with all the coaching staff and stuff, and just meeting everybody. And, that wouldn't be possible without, the Ahearn Fund and all the K-State fans, giving back to try to help the college athletes and students and everything. So the Ahearn Fund means everything, just to all the student athletes, everybody, not that's like football, basketball, anybody that's on scholarship. So the Ahearn Fund, really changes lives, lets people that, might not have the opportunity to go to college and get an education, get a free education, just go and enjoy college, get an education, get a good job afterwards. And so I think the Ahearn Fund really changes lives. And, I'm so grateful for my opportunity and all that stuff. And just through the Ahearn Fund that gave me my scholarship and everything. So to me, it means the world.
Well, you guys obviously have made a great impact at Kansas State, not just through basketball, but off the field and off the court as well. Both you, Bruce, and Dean Wade. Appreciate, again, your time joining us here on this. Best of luck with the NBA season, Dean. And, Coach, looking forward to a great season next year. I guess as we wrap this thing up, and say goodbye. We'll go from basketball into one of our other crossover videos that we've got coming up. And speaking of basketball, how about a men's and a women's basketball player trying to take on a penalty kick at women's soccer? That's coming up right now on the Powercat Auction.
What's up, K-State fans? We are on the K-State soccer team, and we're going to show some basketball players how to kick PKs. We're going to start with an open goal, but the ball's on the mark, plant next to the ball, and drive through. That's what I got right now. Let's just do a trial run. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Damn! Oh, Rachel almost just got smacked.
We ain't gonna talk about that though, man. It's my first time, man. I think I gotta tie my shoes though. I can't, man. I can't do it.
That was a good starting point.
No, this is not.
Before he goes, let's just have you do it again and just make it in the goal this time. We gotta get one in the goal. I don't know, you guys are really athletic people, so I would say use like your power and your athletic ability to like run through the ball.
Power over accuracy.
Just stand here and like pick a side and dive.
Dive. You got it.
Yeah, we're expecting it like you have to dive.
All the dives.
I don't even take a charge in the game though. I don't even take a charge in the.
Yeah, it's like taking a charge to the side.
I don't take a charge. Man. That ball was coming so fast.
So you don't look at their hips for this?
She's like looking everywhere but the ball right now. She's like, where are her hips?
Dang it.
You almost had it, Yoki.
I picked the right side though.
You almost had it.
Hey.
Good stops.
Hard as you can.
I'm gonna try to blast it.
As hard as you can. As hard as you can.
I make a noise every single time I get hit, bro. That one hurt so bad. You try to kill me.
Yeah. Oh, so close.
I was like, it's gonna come to me. It didn't come to me. That was good. Thanks for teaching us.
Yes, no problem. I hope you enjoyed it.
Do you think we could survive a practice? No. Thank you so much for all your support this year, and we can't wait to see you at games next year. Go Cats!
Thank you so much for your support in Boozer and all of our other athletic facilities. We look forward to seeing you guys at all the sporting events. Go Cats!
Thank you so much to all the donors and everything you guys have given to us. We really couldn't do anything without you guys, so thank you guys so much, and can't wait to see you guys at the games. Go Cats!
Thank you, K-State family, friends, and fans, and donators for everything y'all have done this season, and ready to see y'all guys next season. Go Cats!
Go Cats! And cut.
There are only a few more chances to place your bid, so don't miss out on item number 5, Dinner with Jordy and Emily Nelson. 8 lucky people will have an evening to remember as you experience dinner and drinks in the new Shamrock Zone at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. Hosting you for this amazing evening is none other than K-State and Green Bay Packers great Jordy Nelson and his wife Emily. The Nelsons and Sodexo chef Pedro Lozada will develop a culinary menu that is sure to delight. You will enjoy wines exclusively from 3 Fat Guys Wines in Sonoma, California, selected to pair nicely with each course of the meal. While Chef Pedro and his staff prepare this fabulous feast, you and your guests will have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to talk football and life with this gridiron great and his wonderful wife. Earlier this week, Brian had a chance to sit down with head baseball coach Pete Hughes. Coach Hughes and his Wildcats just finished up game number 2 of 3 in their home baseball series against West Virginia and are looking ahead to tomorrow's final matchup at 1 p.m. Central Time at Toynton Family Stadium.
Thanks again, Wyatt. Now visiting with the head baseball coach at Kansas State, Pete Hughes. And of course, the Wildcats, unique in this respect of all the coaches we've talked to so far here tonight. Coach Hughes is the only team that is actually still playing as we speak and is continuing on through their season. A lot of excitement about this year and about the program overall. Coach, I thought I'd first ask you just about year 3 here of your development, which has been somewhat circumvented by the COVID pandemic. Where are you at in the process of putting your stamp and your sort of mark on this program in the development? Where do you think they are right now as they move on?
Yeah, you could say it's really year 2, but the COVID kind of threw a wrench into things, but you're always around your guys. I know we didn't compete the entire season, but nonetheless, every day is an opportunity to continue to build a culture. And we didn't play, but we built our culture, and you preach a winning culture every single day. And I thought we were productive despite not competing the entire season last spring. And here we are. We're still trying to learn how to be a winning program and be more consistent and play at that high level, but our aspirations are a lot higher than they were, 3 years ago. I promise you that. And I talk about Omaha Standard all the time, and we live it and talk it and preach it and prepare with that at the forefront of everything we do.
Well, it certainly seems to have rubbed off on everyone. I know there's a lot of love and excitement for baseball right now, and just the blue-collar sort of mentality that you've brought to the program and embracing here at K-State. One of the other things you've brought that you've had at every stop is the 19 Ways initiative. For those that may not be familiar, it's 19 ways of providing a positive impact on the community for the staff and program of K-State baseball. What's been your favorite part of that program?
My favorite part always is to watch how our kids engage and really grasp, the community service initiative. It is something that we do not demand of our kids. They take ownership. They come up with a lot of ideas, and I love watching that these guys. You get 10 guys, for one event, and then the next week you get 15, and then the next week you got 25, and it's always the same guys going back because, at the end of the day, you really want these kids to feel good about doing something good for somebody else, and selfishly, it's worked out. The relationships that we've created through 19 Ways comes back into Toynton, and because they want to root, those kids on that they've met through our community service initiative, and it's helped our fan experience. It's helped, more importantly, it's helped a lot of groups and a lot of people that need a lending hand, and we're glad to do it.
Now, speaking of the fans, it's great to see the fans turn out as much as they're able to with the capacity limits that we've had at Toynton Family Stadium. Love to see that those are increasing now as the COVID pandemic hopefully is hitting towards its end. But as we look towards K-State fans and talking about tonight, we've visited with coaches and student athletes, former student athletes, about the Ahearn Fund, which provides scholarships for all student athletes here at Kansas State. What makes, in your estimation, what makes the K-State fan unique through your travels so far through the state and going across as a representative of the school?
Yeah, look, I've been a lot of stops along the way here, and I'm not just saying it because of tonight's broadcast, right? I'm just saying it because I go to work every day at a special place, and it's the community that drives it, and it's the alums, and it's the support, and it's the consistency. Whether you're winning or losing, whether it's a beautiful day at Toynton or a cold day or a rainy day at Toynton, they show up every single day. Their support is purple and white, nonstop, and that's rare these days, and it's very much appreciated from my end. And I know I speak for our staff. I know I speak for my student athletes when I say how much we appreciate the generosity, but the loyalty that the Kansas State alum and community brings every day.
No, well said, Pete. Appreciate the time. Good luck the rest of the season. Thanks for joining us. And by the way, speaking of K-State baseball and some of those student athletes, a couple of guys that have been around a long time and are fan favorites, Cam Thompson, Casey Ford, will lead us into our next sport crossover as those two guys try their hand at high jumping.
This is K-State track and field.
You better show some guys how to fly. Let's get it.
The goal is to get your body over the bar and have as much clearance between you and the bar as possible. Don't fly over it like a dolphin or cannonball.
So no belly flops over it or anything?
I mean,
so you have to go backwards?
If we're being technically correct, yes.
I'm gonna need as much momentum as I can get. Are you guys liable for injuries or what? Are you jumping? I guess I'm the guinea pig. Are you jumping? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
That actually wasn't that bad.
Oh!
That's not
Was
bad.
that sick?
That's better than I expected.
Try to act like a fish out of water. Yeah.
There you go.
That was
That's
it.
Good.
That was it. It's a big ass fish. I don't know if I want to go higher than that. Ooh. Junior high all-star. All right, let's do it. Let's raise it. I'm ready.
Should we go a bigger jump than I did the last time? Are you guys feeling confident?
Okay, well. Take it easy, take it easy.
Oh, there's Kyle. You want to show them how to scissor kick?
Oh,
yeah.
I ain't doing that.
I can't do that. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? I'm gonna bang my shin on the bar. Screw it. Oh!
There you go.
Son of a gun.
It's not that bad.
Ah, I messed up.
There you go.
I think if you raise it, there's no shot I'm doing the scissor kick.
You want to try?
Nope.
I believe I can. Ooh.
No! A dolphin dove on that one.
That's foul.
That is a foul, but it's like I don't know baseball I get, but it's like if you hit the ball and the ball go this way, that's a foul, right?
Now you're speaking my language.
All right, we're gonna put you in the next meet.
Do I look like a natural or am I looking like a beginner? I didn't figure. It's all right. I'm trying to jump out of my shoes here and he's making it look easy. So it's like this a warm-up height for you?
No, not even.
Shoot, no way. Say I can't jump that high. High as you? Come on.
I can't hit a ball as far as you, so.
You'd be surprised. He didn't hit a ball very far.
So if you hit a home run, what's your celebration?
I'd probably toss the pole up in the air. Oh. Let's go!
Come on, you gotta beat that. You gotta beat that.
Oh.
Man, we wish we could have learned a little bit about your world. Because
I was gonna say, maybe y'all can come over.
Next time. Thank you guys so much. We can't wait to see you in the stands this fall and this spring.
Thank y'all so much for everything. Can't wait to see you guys in the stand.
Thank you guys so much for everything. Can't wait to see you guys this spring.
Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Go Cats. See you at Big 12 Championships. Let's go.
I sure hope you are all enjoying these segments of student athletes attempting each other's crafts as much as I am. I know these young ladies and gentlemen are extremely grateful for the support of all of our sponsors and donors participating in tonight's event. Coming up next, we will hear from our Director of Athletics, Gene Taylor, but not before we announce our two mystery items, which I know all of you have been patiently waiting to hear about. A native of Kansas City, Mike Debus has always had a passion for drawing and painting. After college and a handful of years in corporate America, Mike decided to change his course and pursue his dream of becoming a full-time freelance artist. Mike has made performance painting his main focus and has enthusiastically taken his talents around the country to audiences of all sizes, showcasing his skills as a live art performance painter. Stay tuned to catch Mike in action as we see what he has created for our auction. Be sure to check out items number 3 and 4 at kstatesports.com/PowerCat 2021 to place your bids on both of these magnificent paintings.
Hello everybody. I want to welcome you to my studio in the West Bottoms. My name is Mike Debus and I'm a live performance painter. It's an honor for me to be part of the Powercat auction this year. Unfortunately, we can't be together in person, but I'm still excited to be able to paint for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Enjoy the show.
We're now visiting with the Director of Athletics here at Kansas State, Gene Taylor, who has kindly joined us here to wrap up tonight. And of course, we'll get to what this night means for everyone, but for you, Gene, I know you have been around college athletics a long time. We talked about this last year. You've been able to experience all sorts of different fandoms. This event, be it even virtual, is a unique one, it seems like, in college athletics. What's been your impression, your favorite memories, be either of this virtual version of the auction or the in-person version of the Powercat auction?
You know, the in-person one, I'll have to go back. It was one of my first events here at K-State, and how much fun it was, and the fact that everybody just gets so excited about K-State athletics, and just the generosity, obviously, the willing to give and the willing to bid on things. And then, you know, last year, as we all know, was such a crazy year, but you know, I thought our staff did a tremendous job putting together what I think turned out to be a fun deal for the first time, which was doing it virtually. And I know a lot of people had gatherings at their homes and were sitting around, you know, bidding on items. And I believe it was, you know, I think it was in August, and it was a really nice day. And we did the same thing at our house. And so that was a lot of fun to see it. And the results were very, very impressive. And so, you know, as much as we'd like to get together again this year, I think our fans and our supporters are really enjoying the virtual, and really, you know, obviously tonight is going to be a really fun deal, and we really appreciate our fans and our supporters continuing to believe in K-State athletics and taking a part of which is a very, very important event for us from an opportunity to generate revenue.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the details of that coming up in a second. I thought I'd ask you, obviously this has been, because we're doing this virtual for the second straight year, it has been a very challenging year plus, right? Almost 18 months of this, dealing with the pandemic by the time we get to the summer. And there have been all sorts of challenges for sports, for you, for administrators, staff, all throughout college athletics, with student athletes most importantly having to deal with this as well. As we turn the page and finally get closer to the end of the pandemic, looking forward to the fall. What excites you the most about the upcoming 2021-22 season?
I think this may sound simple, but I think just having our athletes come out to either almost full arenas and stadiums, and the excitement of that team running out on the court or the field or whatever the case may be, and the fans cheering for them. That was so unusual last year when we had mostly empty stadiums and arenas, and the players, the energy just wasn't there, and they had to kind of create their own energy. So I'm just really looking forward to the players and the athletes running out where the fans are there supporting them, and the fans being able to watch in person. There's many other things that we're looking forward to, but I think just that getting together and celebrating our teams and celebrating our athletes is really probably the one thing that I'm really looking forward to the most, not only for our athletes but for our fans as well.
Now you begin to see what you take for granted in some respects in college athletics, and that's the fandom of being loud arenas and loud stadiums. You just assume that's always going to be there. It's jarring to be able to not see that, as we did this last year. In addition to that, we also have some new facilities that are coming online. Notably, the Shamrock Zone will be opened up for business coming up at the end of this calendar year, the beginning of football season. What else can you tell us about the facility side of things for fans that are watching here tonight? What can they expect, not just this year, but I guess with the Shamrock Zone, but then beyond in the years to come?
Well, Brian, you talk about the fandom and the noise. I think the Shamrock Zone is going to really tie in and close in Bill Snyder Family Stadium and make the crowd level noise even more than what it's ever been at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. It's going to be a great addition. Obviously, it's going to be opened up. We're really excited to open it up this year for the football season. Obviously, we're going to get into it a little sooner. We've got some staff offices over there that are going to open up earlier in the summer. Obviously, the upgrades to Bramlage as well. We're going to create some opportunities, some new entrances on the east and west side of Bramlage. We're going to create a kind of a club area into the Bramlage area that's really going to be nice and add something really unique to the Bramlage auditorium arena as well. So those things are going to be ready next fall and then for basketball season. And then we're really getting into deep detail now with the volleyball arena, the Olympic Training Center, and the indoor football facility. We're taking it kind of to the next step from schematic design to design development. Working with our architects, working with our coaches and staff to really finalize in the details of those projects, with the hope as we continue to fundraise for it that the goal is to get a shovel in the ground at least in sometime in 2022, particularly for the volleyball and the Olympic Training Center, and then eventually the indoor football practice facility. But we've still got a little fundraising to do and some work to do, but we're hopefully going to have everything ready to go so we can put construction documents when we know we've hit the number we need to hit from a fundraising perspective.
Now, we heard from Susie Fritz a little earlier on the impact that volleyball arena could make for the volleyball program going forward. They certainly are excited about that. And as speaking of fundraising, tonight is all about fundraising for the student athletes. Over 450 student athletes benefiting from the Ahearn Fund, people that put their hard-earned money, Kansans and people outside the state, alumni of Kansas State, all putting it back, not just to benefit football and men's basketball, which get a lot of attention, and women's basketball as well, but all of the student athletes across all sports. We heard Tyler Lockett at the outset of this whole thing give a very impassioned, great speech about how much impact he remembers from fellow student athletes that weren't necessarily football players, and seeing what their lives were changed by the Ahearn Fund. I guess a word from you here, Gene, and a word of thanks, I guess, for the fans that are putting forward and thinking about perhaps on the fence of whether or not to give to the Ahearn Fund.
Yeah, I think, Brian, that's the most important point, is the dollars that are generated not only by this but by the Ahearn Fund is really to impact our student athletes in so many ways. Obviously, scholarships are one of them, but we have academic support, we have medical support, we have psychological, mental health issues. I mean, the dollars that our donors, and again, when I go back to my, one of my first events, which was this auction, 4 years ago, the passion I found the fans had for K-State athletics, and it wasn't, you're right, they love football, they love basketball, but they really love our student athletes, and the continual reasons that they continue to give back, whether it's our facility that we talked about, or just the care they have for our student athletes and how much they know their dollars impact and those athletes to have a successful not only athletic career, but more importantly, walk out of here with a degree from Kansas State, which is critically important for the life beyond their athletic world. And And it just continues to amaze me how generous our donors are and our fans are. We can't ever thank them enough. We want to thank them as many times as we can. This event's a fun event, but yet it's for a great cause, again, which is our student athletes' ability to be successful. So their generosity continues to amaze me. It's something that's very, very special to be a part of K-State and have the donors and the fans that we do that care a great deal. And we can't do it without you. And events like this continue to help us continue to have great opportunities for our student athletes to be successful, but really just show our student athletes how much they're loved and cared for.
Gene, appreciate the time again. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, thanks to all the Wildcat student athletes and, of course, the coaches that have joined us throughout the night. Wyatt, back to you.
Thank you for tuning in to our second ever virtual Powercat auction. We hope you enjoyed your evening with us, although we are looking forward to getting this wonderful event back to its roots as an in-person event next spring. Bidding is open for just about 1 more hour, so be sure to keep an eye on your items and get your final bids placed. If you find that you were unable to win any items, please consider donating to K-State Athletics through our Sustaining Excellence initiative. Year in and year out, Ahearn Fund donors provide vital support to help our student athletes realize their potential in the classroom and in competition. Your investment will provide critical resources necessary to help K-State athletes traverse through this unparalleled time. You can find more details and information by visiting www.kstatesports.com/sustaining excellence. We are beyond thankful for your commitment and continued involvement and looking forward to having you all back in Manhattan this fall.